What's going on? We're live, and this was impromptu, so we'll see if we even get anybody in here. It appears that nobody's on YouTube on Saturday evening, so I might be talking to myself for a while. We'll see. Well, there's one. What's up, imposter? How you doing, sir? Just you and me tonight, buddy. Just you and hey, Nick Squad. What's up, Nick Lawrence? All right, it's just us three tonight, guys. Imposter Nick, how you doing? I'm great, Nick. I had an awesome bagel sandwich. Holy fuck, there's another guy, Grinfeld. Hey, taters. I got 6-star CGR 2 days ago. My goodness. I feel like everybody loved him when he came out. Me too. I mean, he's an amazing champ. Everybody was just going absolutely crazy on him, justifiably calling him one of the best champs in the entire game, which is true. But I feel like, despite all that, he's not utilized enough. He's not used very often, other than questing, which I think he deserves to be. So I might talk about my plan. I probably am going to go back to 4 Loki soon, and I think it's like 98% around there. It's not 100. I don't know actually. I'm not 100% sure. I still need to talk to some people. But if I'm back for next season and we're doing war, and war is not significantly improved, I think I'm gonna drastically alter my planning strategy to try to focus on assigning champs that are maybe slightly less viable but a lot more fun to people. I don't really know, man. I've been thinking a lot about that stuff. Danny Dome waiting to make some sweet bids, bud. Waiting for me. I got you. White Mummy, how you doing, buddy? Dude, White Mummy, I saw that I had some messages from you, but I was out all day with my wife. Smashing bagel sandwiches, one of my favorite pastimes, and I did not read them. And then I started the stream, and I don't want to read them now, just in case. I guess I could. How you doing, dude? I hope you're good. Leo, what's the DoorDash order today? We're actually not doing DoorDash tonight, so you can say goodbye to most of the viewership. Unfortunately, no DoorDash today. Mary and I went to, I don't know, and probably none of you are from Indiana, but there's a little area outside of Indianapolis, or I guess it's part of Indianapolis, called Broad Ripple, specifically called Broad Ripple Village, and it's just like kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of a hipstery area. But they have this bagel place called Broad Ripple Bagel, and they sell bagel sandwiches, like legit ass big honkin' sandwiches that just have bagels, like bagel buns or whatever. And it's so good. And so we went there today, and I crushed a massive Broad Ripple bagel sandwich. And then there's a cupcake place near there too. We went to that cupcake place, and I had 2 cupcakes. So I'm pretty much caloried out for the day. But, White Mummy, I made a redesign for AW game mode and sent you online chat with a map and everything. We can share it here too if you want. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, let me take a look, and then we can throw it on screen, man. That would be sweet. Oni-chan, how you doing, man? Any thoughts on the Diablo buff? You're going to be very disappointed, I think, because, drumroll, I have no idea how the new Diablo works. No clue. I haven't logged into the CCP beta in about 2 months. That's not true. I logged in briefly just to toy around with Hercules, but that was like not for in-depth analysis or anything. That was literally like I just wanted to play him for 5 minutes. That's it, man. I mean, I haven't looked at anything. I've pretty much been. It's as if I've not been in the CCP for the last couple months. I am in the CCP. I'm pretty sure I've got like a I get to stay in there until they kick me out, if that happens. But yeah, I just haven't done anything with the new champs. I have no idea how the new champs work, other than Hercules. He's the exception. I haven't read anything about America Chavez. I haven't even fought her in EQ yet. I have no clue how America Chavez works. And I have no idea how new Diablo works. What I do know is that a lot of very good players that I have a lot of respect for really like Diablo. So my guess is he's probably pretty good. But I don't know from personal experience. Sweeta, what up, G? Bustero, what's up? J Will, what up? I wonder how Mr. Negative would do in AW. I pulled and awakened him from July 4th. Imposter X, I have got a treat for you, my friend. Let me pull up YouTube. Hold on. Actually, let me pull up Twitter real quick, because I don't actually know how to get to his YouTube. I am subscribed, I think. Here, let me check my subscriptions. Hang tight. All right, show subscriptions. Where are ya? Where are ya, buddy? Where the? All right, I'm going to Twitter. Hold on. Hang tight. By the time I find what I'm looking for, you're gonna forget what you asked me. Fuck, I don't even know how to do Twitter, dude. I want to link you a all right, fuck it, dude. We're searching MP Blaze. Does that pull anything up? Yeah. All right. There's a player in SSX, or I'm sorry, in Noon. He was in SSX. He almost came to 4 Loki. The timing wasn't right, and then he joined Noon, which is also the alliance of White Mummy, who was in the chat earlier. He might still be in here. But anyway, really, really, really strong player, and he uses Mr. Negative in War, and he does pretty well. Let me show you. Oh, cool. He's got a guide to Mr. Negative too. But all right, I'm just gonna link his channel real quick. You can check that out. All right, buddy. Here you go. I'll tag you. Click on that link. Check that dude out. Really good player. And he uses Mr. Negative in War. But personally, I have no idea. When I was looking at Mr. Negative's abilities, like whenever he came out, what was that, a couple months ago already? Yeah, with Shang-Chi. I didn't see anything that I thought like, oh, this matchup is going to be perfect for Mr. Negative, or vice versa, that he's going to be perfect for a matchup. I didn't see anything like that. I still think if an alliance is just going for like the best / safest, they're still going to go for Torch. Void, even for certain matchups, is just a lot less risky to play, a lot easier to play. But if you know how to play him, man, he seems to be a really strong champ. So anyway, check that dude out. MP Blaze, awesome guy. Daenerys, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, with the peach. With the peach. Sweeta. Diablo SP2 got nerfed hard. Really? Did Diablo ever have an SP2? I mean, was it any good? Grinfeld, read last. All right, give me just a second. Oh, I do see your question. 1 second. Let me get the Taco Squad up on the board. 1 second. And also, thank you so much. It's still incredible to me that people give me money for being a shithead on YouTube. All right, Daenerys. All right. Ooh, James, dude. Damn, James came in. All right, here, I'll tell you what. Daenerys, since you're the first donation, we'll get you up there first. You're currently the Taco King or Queen, but let's alter this, and we got to get our boy James up there. James, my brother. James, that is a full taco and a half. Thank you, sir. Boop. Nice. Okay. Let me best potato related streamer right here. God, I should fucking hope so, man. Also, what other potato related streamers do you watch? And can you send me their link? Blargo, what's up, man? All right, Grinfeld, what mastery should I unlock first? Cruelty or precision? Oh God, that is tough for me to say. If I am trying to figure out. All right, here let me just say this. I typically put more points in the precision tree because precision is going to increase your crit rate. Cruelty is going to increase your crit damage. But crit damage, naturally, if you don't use Cruelty Mastery, is already going to be about 18% higher than standard non-crits. Okay? So, you're already getting that boost, and it makes more sense mathematically to crit more often and get more total hits that do about 18% more damage on average than to increase the crit rate. The crit damage rate, or just the crit damage when you're keeping the same crit rate. So you're still critting, like Elsa, for example, has the highest crit rate in the game, and naturally she's going to crit about 1/3 of her hits. If you use precision, you can get that up to every other hit. I think if you max it out, you can get her nearly 50% crit rate, and that's going to overall, in the long run, it's going to do more total damage. So that's what I would suggest. Just focusing on precision. PPG, what up? Ooh, Slayman. Oh, he did. He said Taters is finding MP Blaze. Good call. PPG, what's your deal? What content are you doing tonight? I don't know. It's kind of take your pick. We can either do some arena, which is boring, but that allows me to talk more. Which, as you guys can see, I can't really do two things at once. So I can talk to you and do content that doesn't matter, or I can do content that requires like at least a little bit of concentration, and then I fall behind on chat. So it's kind of up to you, but we can also do EQ. I haven't fought America Chavez yet, so if you guys want me to get my ass reamed by her, we can definitely do that. Mummy's still here. Good, good. Yes, in case we want to talk about the AW map. All right, we do need to check that out. Dude, James becoming a tater tot. That is awesome. I hope you enjoy the power index. I did update it like a month ago. I still need to do some more updates. I've got plans for power index coming next season. I am going to start it up again. They're just going to be different so that I can manage my time better, because I have done an awful job of managing my time, especially when it comes to really anything, but especially the YouTube channel. Overall, he's a much better champ, but it's just the SP2 that got the nerf. It was too powerful. What? Old Diablo had a too powerful SP2? I don't even know what it does. I just knew that it was like I just know that it was a tornado and it was unblockable. And I knew how to get out of the way. That's about it. I have no idea what the effects were, dude. I never paid any attention to him. Imposter sitting over 5. Let's get you up here, dude. And then we'll read your comment too. All right, I guess it's Imster. Imster sounds a little bit. Imster sounds like a slur. But we're gonna do Imster anyway, because that ultimately is your name. So thank you, Imster. I'm sure that it's imposter, but we're going with Imster. Check out Cam's channel. He has videos explaining the math of both masteries and how they scale. That's true, he does. That is true. Dude, ooh, Shang-Chi Showcase and EQ. That's a good idea. I've used him for almost everything. I'm currently in the mutant path, so I just have an all mutant team. I've got my rank 3 cable. If you guys want to see our war again, I have some of the big guys. Here, let's see what the score is. All right, so they're not even gonna try, but our defenders still have not been killed yet this season. Let's take a look at our war history too, so you guys can see we are just absolute juggernauts. 4 people. We've already got our rating up to almost 700, and here we are just slaying, just absolutely slaying everyone. I like how the war rating scales too. It starts with like 60, 60, and then it starts to go up, and then they're like, "All right, bro, you're not winning this war," because they look at the total like summoner rating of the other alliance and shit. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I mean, people just can't kill our defenders because we're still like way down, and I think we're in silver right now. But anyway, Red Flame, what's up, bree? Against heavily buffed champs, his SP2 is OP. Okay, gotcha. Let's take a look too. All right, let's go desktop style, and let's take a look at. Oh, by the way, what's let me see where he's at. All right, Mummy. By the way, this is my current project. It sounds dumb, but it's good. It's good. This is what I've been working on, dude, with my free time since I've been on a break. Anyway, all right. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, Aunt May. And let's look at Diablo. I guess this is just gonna show us his updated version. That sucks. I wish Slug is the developer that made the site. I wish he had something where you could look at the previous version. Maybe I'll probably message him about that. I don't know if he still has that data. I don't know where he gets this data. I feel like it's got to be data mined somehow, but I don't really know exactly where he gets it. But okay, all right. I'm guessing, Sweden, that this probably is similar to what it was. So you just get extra burst damage based on the number of buffs that the opponent has throughout the fight. That's pretty strong, actually. Yeah, if you're going up against like a Venom or something. Interesting. I do want to play this guy, but if I had him as a 6-star, it would be a different story. I'd be doing some research and shit like that, but I don't, so. Whoa, there was 4 taters for a second there, if only. Oh, God, I know. With the tater screen. The tater screen. Diablo at max sig takes only 2% from recoil. What? That's fucking sweet. Okay, here, let's do a couple fights just so that people realize this is technically an MCOC stream. And then then we'll take a look at White Mummy's suggestions for Alliance War. What are we doing here? Let's go in here. Nobody wants to watch a couple arena fights. All right, we've got a Groot. This is just 2 energy too. So, all right, let's get out of this one real quick. Let's just take down this Groot real quick. I'll just use cable because I don't want to read the nodes, but it's like biohazard or some shit for the mutant path. Oh, by the way, I don't know how many of you guys have been getting absolutely fucked hard by the parry issue, but I have been getting completely trashed in everywhere. Boop, that's too far. All right. Boop. All right, that was a late parry. Or it was an on-time parry that Kabam made late. My dexes are all off. I mean, you guys know the issue, but yeah, I have struggled to adapt. Let's just say that. This little ass face will just getting my ass. Oh, it's biohazard. There goes some poisons. Getting my ass kicked by a Groot on stream in EQ. Always positive. Okay, fuck this, dude. Let's just. I swear to God, it's not. I have not been able to adapt to the timing issue. Also, like, I've been chatting with Lizer and stuff about possibly going back to 4 Loki because of the season ending early and stuff, but and I was like, okay, I think that could work. And then this update happened, and I'm like, God, do I really want to? I'm getting like frustrated doing map 4 AQ because I just keep taking hits. You know how it goes. Damn! Glory sending over the 20 spot? What? I actually feel bad for people in war, but at the same time, we haven't had a fight. Once we get to gold tier, then I'll really feel bad. I know, dude. I legit feel bad, but what are we supposed to do? You know? Like, I guess we could throw out 3-star defenders just to try to make it competitive, but the difference is we're going up against alliances with 30 members. They're only doing one battle group, and usually they only have a couple participants, but I mean, I don't know, man. I also do think that probably when people open up the war and they see that they matched us, if they follow the mcoc like YouTube community, they're probably pretty excited that they're going to get completely stymied by 4 Doge. That's my guess. Like, they probably see, well, Legacy doesn't place his defense, which is fine. I don't think MSD has much either, but they probably see those guys and they're like, ooh, dude, we're about to get stomped by MSD and Legacy's alliance. So, you know, providing them some entertainment. Thank you, by the way, for the donation, dude. That's, how many tacos? That's, let me see. That's like 7 tacos, right? Did I do that right? It's about 6 tacos. So that's about 6 tacos before tax, before DoorDash fee, or just tip and stuff like that. But look, dude, I'll take it. You pay for the tacos, I'll pay for all the extra shit. That sounds like a good deal to me. Dilly, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Dude, I have been getting completely destroyed. It makes me so mad, dude. Like, I'm so mad they haven't fixed it yet. Like, fucking fix your shit, dude. I mean, honestly, they're probably all home for the weekend, which they should be. I mean, I don't know. You know how we get. We want what we want. We want it right away. But ultimately, they have to program something. It's like part of the coding, like part of the update. Like, I don't know how that stuff happens, if it just happens naturally or if... I have no idea. I mean, I don't know anything about this stuff, but it is not fun right now. It's like really frustrating. It also feels like the timing is kind of random. Like, it doesn't feel consistent to me. Like, it's supposed to be consistently early, right? Or like your timing... The timing that you trigger is supposed to be, if you're supposed to trigger it earlier now with the update because the timing effect is slightly delayed. It doesn't feel consistent though because, like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I fucking played this game for 4 years, almost 5 years or something. Like, I know how to parry, I know the timing, but it's just, it like fucking wiggles around, man. It's crazy. It's super annoying. All right, we've done a couple fights. Let's take a look at White Mummy's suggestions for war. Hold on. I'm going to open up the Line desktop app real quick. I'm going to black out my screen real quick because I have to open up the phone app in order to grant myself desktop access. It's so annoying. How do I do that? Bro. All right, there we go. All right. Let's open this up real quick. I just want to see what's there before I show it on stream, just in case he snuck in some... I don't know. I'm just kidding. Some shit talk or something. Okay. QR code. Login successful. All right. All right. Things are syncing, so just hang tight. I'm wondering if this won't be fixed till the next update. God, I don't know, man. I hope so. I mean, they can't do that. Like, I'm thinking about for Alliance Quest, too. Like, you guys are still running Map 7, right? I mean, that's... I don't know. Like I said, I've been... Like, it's hard to die in Map 4 Alliance Quest, so I haven't been, like, dying, but, like, I've been getting roughed up in Map 4 of Alliance Quest. And a lot of those fights, if I was doing Map 7, I would be dead. That's fucking items, man. That's no fun. So, I don't know, man. I really hope they figure it out. Really hope so. Scarco, what's up, man? After 200 series of Arena, I've mostly adjusted, not noticing it much at all now. That's good. 200 series, that's pretty good, man. Um, you're gonna have to, yeah, you're gonna have to go really hard, dude, for Hercules. He's awesome. I watched Brian's video. I disagree. I disagree with the title of his video. I know he posed it as a question, I think, but I think that Shang-Chi is the best champ of the year so far. But Hercules is really good. The difference is Hercules is his meta use is still unknown. We're not sure. I'm not sure, at least, where he is gonna be really a strong top option, as opposed to like you think about defenders with a lot of armor. You're gonna have Magneto. You're gonna have nullifiers. Of course, you always have Quake, unfortunately, and I know that sucks to even bring up, but I don't know. Shang-Chi, on the other hand, wow, he's unbelievable. He is useful in almost any fight. He's just really good. He's so good. PPG Taters, who are you considering as your first rank 4 option? They're basically two front runners. Okay, the number one that makes the most sense is Doctor Doom, because of his prestige and because he's obviously insane. The one that I want to do the most, but again, it's just one of those battles where it's like, I want to do what I want to do, but I also want to do what the smartest thing is, because again, if I'm going to be going back to 4 Loki, then we play for our own accounts, okay? But at the same time, you have you can make a choice that benefits 29 other people, and that's hard to say no to. So what I would like to do is Shang-Chi first, but what I'll end up doing is Doctor Doom first, and then probably Shang-Chi second. And then if we're talking about just champs that I would like, my tier list of champs that I would want to rank for most, it'd be Shang-Chi, Apocalypse. But Apocalypse is at Sig 20, rank 3, and I'm never going to put any Sig Stones into him because his Sig ability is like the worst in the game almost. So, yeah, I can't do that. But Apocalypse will be down the road sometime. I'll definitely get him up to rank 4, but first has got to be Doom, I think. And by the time I can take up a second rank 4, of course, I'll have Shang-Chi at Sig 200, so. Ooh, Nick Barrera, yo taters, where'd the Nick counter go? You want to bring that back, dude? Let's bring that back. All right, how many Nick squads we got in here, dude? Somebody hit it up. I know that we've had 2 in here. I didn't see any other Nicks, though, but we've got Lawrence and Barrera in here. Nick squad! Make sure I spell your name right. Where'd you go? Did you take your comment? Oh, there you go. Alright. Fucking hashtag Nick Squad, baby. If your guys' name is Nick and you want to be part of the Nick Squad, I think they're taking applications. The Nick Squad. I'm going for APOC. Dude, nice. Nice. All right, I'm going to read. I got Glory, I got your comment here. Let me read that, and then we're going to get into White Mummy's war plan. All right, Taters, you ever look at the Streamlabs dono and go, oh, so that's his name? It's just interesting with usernames, such a thing. I know, I actually don't. I never, here, I'll show you what I see. Oh yeah, here we go. I see this stuff, but this just gives us this one. So this is the YouTube icon. Obviously, this is from people donating through YouTube, and that just goes with whatever their screen name is for Google or YouTube or whatever. And then this one is from Streamlabs, and you can put in whatever you want in there. I know that it says real name if you go to like the actual Streamlabs account to see where your donations came from, or like PayPal or whatever. But I never looked at that. So I have no idea. I have no idea what everybody's name is. I don't look. I just see this. But anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Okay. Scarco, I got so confused when I donated to Taters. I was like, who took my money? That is awesome, dude. Taters got to go watch the Copa America Finals. Gonna see Argentina take it all. Have a good night, brother. Hey, you too, man. Have a good night. Go Argentina. I am not like I don't follow soccer, but and I actually don't know like if well, I'm a huge Messi fan, just in general. I just love Messi. So Argentina's been a team that I've like very, very loosely from afar kind of rooted for. So yeah, let's go Argentina. I don't even know if he's still playing for them. Honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I'm talking about email notifications, or if you log into PayPal account. Email notifications, I think I have those like that automatically go to a different folder. Man, honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of like whatever happens is fine by me type of shit. All right, I'm looking at White Mummy's thing. You guys, you can't see it right now, but I just want to kind of scope it out real quick. Holy fuck. All right, so if you guys don't know, White Mummy is an officer in New Nation. They're perennially a top 3 alliance in the world in terms of like war. They've finished first at least once, I think. Usually they're between 1 to 3. They're a very, very good alliance, and he is a master planner. He is also a very fucking skilled visual artist, and he shared a lot of some of his personal projects with me, and they're incredible. Seriously, I wouldn't be saying that. I would just be like, yeah, he's got some good stuff. But no, he's for real amazing. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna show some of this. Okay, so all right, here I can't. I don't think that I can pull it up without showing other people's private messages. Oh wait, can I? No, okay, I can't. If I can, I don't know how. But so, and I don't want that wouldn't be fair to other people to show their private messages to me on stream. So let's do this. Don't look. All right, here we go. All right, let's just read through this stuff. Let's read through this together. All right, and hopefully I can't screen any of this stuff, but he's a gentleman, so hopefully he doesn't talk shit about me or anybody else. he wouldn't. I'm making bad jokes. All right, let's go through this. We just talked too on last Sunday. All right. I don't know if I told you or not, but I have designed some games in the past, and I have done so much research on game mechanics. I have made 3 board games and 2 card games. That's amazing. I did not know that. Since last week, I started thinking about a new map and game rules for Alliance War. And again, guys, he is the fuck. He is he knows about war, man. He knows about war. So. This is like an expert war planner here. Okay. Let's see. Anyway, all right. I have a pretty good idea with what will include. Fuck. All right. I have a pretty good idea. All right. Full map setup, nodes, rules, game points, and all other aspects. And I think it will improve the game mode a lot, and overall will even make the game so much healthier in terms of the alliances and their structure, plus easier planning for officers without making the game mode any easier or boring. That's important. This is if you guys watched my how to fix war video, then a lot of these sentiments sound similar. Hold on, I gotta take out this sweatshirt. I'm getting fucking toasted in here. Yo, mcoc, how you doing, buddy? What's your opinion about Hercules? Better than Shang-Chi? Fuck no, dude. Shang-Chi is the best, in my opinion, champion that's been released this year, but Hercules is second. He's really, really good. Hold on, I'm going to jack this fan up, too. All right, low. All right, there's high. If you want to see some of White Mummy's animations, KT1 has a bunch of them up on his channel. There you go, yeah. All right. Oh man, Lefty, for the tacos, bro. All right, Lefty, my man, let's get you up there. Damn, look at all these tacos, dude. Love it. All right, Daenerys, got to drop you down a little bit. Love you all the same. Lefty, whoop, Leafy. Thank you, broski. That is 2.5 tacos. Thank you, sir. All right, let's get back to it, just because I have a tendency to ramble and get off subject. So, all right. All right, I was wondering if you would like to work on it with me or present it on your channel or to Kabam. Well, first of all, White Mummy, I can definitely pass this along through the CCP. Based on the performance of my last How to Fix War video, I'm not sure you want it on my channel. I think you could probably aim higher than my channel. I've got you guys that are in this stream, and there are some other people that support the channel and follow. You guys are obviously amazing, but in terms of like a wider reach, you know, there are a lot more interesting and popular YouTube channels that maybe we could see if they're interested in talking about this. Okay, so let's just take a look at this fucking map real quick. Hold on, let me turn it sideways. Yeah, there you go. Oh, man. He did all these graphics. That is insane to me. All right. So, obviously, this is just an image, so you can't really click on it. But, like, he did all this shit. That's crazy. All right. Fuck, it looks awesome. And he's got an explanation for us, but it also kind of looks really confusing. All right, let's check it out. All right. These are kind of the rules. So in each BG, there are 20 outskirt fights. All right, the ones, if you guys can see on the outer kind of edges there. All right, so 10 on each side. There are 20 outskirt fights and 30 inner circle fights plus 3 bosses, so 53 fights. Okay. Each player faces 5 defenders, and the officers can choose 3 of those defenders, duplicate them, and place them as bosses. Okay. One of the bosses remains hidden until all 10 players join war with their attack teams, and as soon as they all join, the final boss will be revealed. Okay, that's pretty cool. So you have to... you can't like really plan ahead for the boss. You just have to diversify your attackers enough that you can cover basically anybody on the boss node. That's pretty smart. The other 2 bosses are visible from the start, so the other team can know what the final boss is not one of them unless they have it placed with full diversity. On offense, each player has 2 outskirt tickets and 3 inner circle tickets, so everyone will get equal number of fights in both sections. Okay. All right, hold on. How does that work? On offense, has 2 outskirt tickets and 3 inner circle tickets. Okay, gotcha. All right, so that's interesting. Let's see if he explains it, but I'm wondering if that means that you can just, like, these don't necessarily link. You can just go from, like, whichever fights on the outskirts you want to whichever inner fights you want. Like, if, you know what I mean? Or if there are, like, paths that somebody would have to stay on. Let's see. 15 inner circle fights give a 5% health link out to the final boss, and the other 15 gives 2% attack. So if someone fails to take their fights down, the boss will be harder. Any player can fight bosses at any time, and it doesn't require a ticket. That's dangerous. We always want to assign people, as you know, being an officer. There is no backup, there is no energy for moving, and there is no movement on the map. You just click on the fights and confirm that you are going to spend your ticket. There we go. That's sweet. You can spend your tickets on all your fights at the start and indicate that you are taking these fights. Okay, so that's good. So, like, you don't have somebody accidentally take the wrong fight because it'll already be taken. If the player dies or times out, they don't need a ticket to redo the fight, right? It just unlocks the fight to begin with. They can quit out of the fight if they can't take it down, and they can move to any of their other fights at any time. Okay, that's sweet. I wonder, do you have to... All right, here, he's still in the chat, I'm sure. Hin, dude, what's up? It's so good to see you, bro. I hope you're good, man. I heard that you're on another break, at least. Man, I hope you're good, dude. I really hope you're great. Damn, and PPG sending over some taco cash. Okay, White Mummy, I have a question for you about this. You do say that you can move on to any fights, but hold on, let's see. Do you have to do the outskirt fights first? I'm wondering if there's an order, if you can go like fight 4 to fight 1 to fight 5 to fight 2 to fight 3. You know what I mean? If you can just literally pick whichever fights you want to take in which order. Like maybe that would matter for health purposes and for healing. Alright, yeah, let me know. That's one thing I'm curious about. Do you have to... Is there any order? Like, do you have to do outskirt fights first? Maybe you did say something up here about that. No, it just says the number. On offense, each player has 2 outskirt fights and 3 inner circle tickets, so everyone will get equal number of fights. That's it. I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, I wonder if you could just take them in whatever order you want. That would be pretty cool. Okay, let's see what else he says here. Officers, when planning, will give the players the name of the champs they are taking or the number of the node. Yep, that's very easy. That's the gist. There are some other details. That's really good. I mean, so I like the idea. Here, let's take a look at the map again. Somebody's going to enter this stream. They're going to be like, holy shit, what mode is Taters in? Is he on the CCP? I am not. I am on... This is a future Alliance War mode, hopefully. There is no order. Nice. Okay, so if I'm planning, there are 53 total nodes here, and there are 20 outskirt fights, as you guys can see over here. And then we have 30 inner fights, which are these... I mean, fuck, you guys aren't retarded. Obviously, we're talking about the inner fights. But, all right, so that's cool that I could, as an officer, I could go in, I could just pick you know, Liza, for example, absolute top-notch Omega player. And she's very good with other champs, but because she's so good with Omega and because he's such a powerful meta attacker, really want to kind of pinpoint the fights for her. Korgs, usually Nick Furies, depending on the node. You know the drill. So we can just go through and pinpoint, here are the 5 fights that I need you to take. I like that. The one thing is... I also do appreciate that none of the fights are linked. None of these nodes are linked together. They all just send a nominal link to the boss. So you wouldn't be able to have somebody just go straight to the boss after they do their 5 fights because obviously it'll be linked by like 50 other nodes. But you know, if you have somebody that has like if there's a European player in a Western or US battle group, and you've got maybe a couple players that can't, you know, they need to take their fights in day 2. You can still take the boss. It'll just have like, you know, 10 to 20% boosted health and or attack, stuff like that. So I like that. The one thing is the no energy thing. I wonder how that will work because, I mean, I guess people could just go in and just take the fights whenever they're free. That kind of makes sense. I like it, dude. Obviously, you've thought about this, so it's not like this is just a little like kernel of an idea like right at the start. You've obviously thought a lot about this. You've designed a map for it, and I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it definitely would be better than what we have, where you have to use energy, you have to wait. That shit is hard. That's the hard stuff. Also, having assigned paths and paths that connect to each other and fights that are on those paths and stuff, obviously. That creates a lot of the strategic element, which I do appreciate. I do like the strategic aspect, and this would kind of remove some of that, I think. But at the same time, it would make life on officers a lot easier, which I am all for. So yeah. Okay, well, real quick, we got to get PPG up there. And PPG, I am... fuck. I just can't remember how much that is. Let's all right, hold on. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, it's half. Okay, got it. I see. All right, PPG, thank you, broski. Let's get you taco money up there. All right, and then we also have James adding to his taco stash. Oh yeah, James is like, no, fuck that. Get me up there. Get me up to the top. And James actually has Lefty beat out by a penny. So we got to move James up. Ah! All right. Boom. Nice. That is looking sexy. That is so many tacos. You gotta love it. Okay. There's some other details, like when you place defense, you can ban one attacker on all inner circles. That is fucking great. That's actually really clever that you would be able to focus the bans to inner circle fights. That's great. That gives people maybe with smaller, more restrictive attack teams, like people in lower level alliances or something, or don't have as developed of rosters, you can kind of just cherry pick their fights. I like that. That's really good, which is usually what defensive tactics do. I'm currently working on the nodes, which is very important. Alex, what's up, dude? Where do you get tacos from? So 2 places now. There used to be one place that I got it from, and they were closed last Sunday when I ordered tacos. And so I tried this other place, which turned out to be good. It's just like a little fancier, more expensive for no reason. But the taco quality is good. One is called... God, why can't I remember? All right, let's look. I can't show you my DoorDash history, though, so one sec. I'm going to have to throw this up again. Throw the old black screen up. 1 sec. But I got to get you an accurate answer. People are like, why did I tune into this stream if this freaking idiot isn't even going to play MCOC? I mean, it is Saturday. There's not really anything to do in MCOC anyway, you know? All right. Hold on. All right, I'm just going to go to my order history. Okay, so the fancy place is called Los Agaves Grill, Alex, and it's in like Lawrence, and then the other place is, God, what is that place called? Los Rancheros. Los Rancheros is my preferred taco place because they're just like legit, like authentic. Los Agaves Grill, Los Agaves Grill is like it's just trying to be fancy, kind of like, oh, we do Mexican food, but they're just like hoity-toity. Coop, what's up, dude? Is that taco stream still on for tomorrow? Axe Patel, I'm so sorry, man. It can't be. That's actually why I'm streaming today. I'm not able to stream tomorrow. But I will schedule it for the following weekend. So a week from tomorrow, we'll do a taco party stream. I'll smash tacos. We'll get people on call. And I dream of having 50 people on call, smashing tacos, making mouth noises. Just glorious. Typing into DoorDash now. I'm going to have to try this. Dude, I like to get the al pastor tacos. That's my favorite. Brayden, what up, dude? Okay, Axe, I'm sorry, dude. I just saw this. I missed your post earlier. No spoilers, but how did you like the Black Widow if you saw it, and Loki episode 5? I really liked both. Yeah, so Loki episode 5, we liked it. We liked it a lot. I personally felt like it was one of the poor written episodes in the show. So like the story was cool. They did a great job with the set pieces and stuff. I thought that the writing was a little bit. It was really exposition heavy, which I'm usually. I know you have to get that out somehow, but I just feel like it was just thrown in there. Like the first scene with Ravonna, when Sylvie and Ravonna are talking, and Ravona's just like, Oh God, it just terrible exposition. But overall, I mean, we enjoyed it. I just thought it was probably one of the. I think it was my second least favorite um, episode of the series so far. Last with episode 4 being my favorite. We also did see Black Widow on Thursday, and we went to the theater. Our first time in over 18 months, like 20 months. I think the last movie we saw in theaters, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the previous movie we saw in theaters was Spider-Man Far From Home. That's pretty crazy. That was like, what was that, December of 2019? Is that right? Yeah. Anyway, we saw it in theaters. Our seats were like, we were way in the front. We saw it on IMAX, so Mary's neck hurt and all that shit. But I also had some old lady that was sitting next to me, and I wasn't doing anything. Like, I wasn't being obnoxious. I was just minding my own fucking business watching the movie, and she kept, like, fucking eyeing me. Like negatively eyeing me. Like, she wanted to start a fight. I swear to God, I'm not, this is not, like, an exaggeration just to entertain you guys. Alright. So one time I was cracking my knuckles. Some of you actually might notice from my videos, like, weird spike, like, crack noises. That's my fucking knuckles. It's something I do without conscious thought. I just do it. And I did that once, and she literally went like this. And she fucking stared for probably at least five seconds. I could see her out of the corner of my eye. I was like, I can't believe this shit. And I told myself in the middle of the fucking movie, if this person looks at me like that one more time, I'm going to beat her husband's ass. Because her husband was like this older, small guy. I probably wouldn't have. But it was bothering me, man. But anyway, the movie, we liked the movie. It was a lot better than I thought. I was expecting it would be, fun, really like melodramatic. This was my expectation. Melodramatic, like Age of Ultron Black Widow scenes are like terribly written. Like Joss Whedon, who's like an awful filmmaker, terribly written. Where she's like, it's just like, fuck, dude, just sob story bullshit. And it was not like that. It was pretty good. So it exceeded our expectations. Obviously, in any of these movies, there's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of convenient things that happen that, I just have to kind of turn my eye at. But overall, we're glad that we saw it in theaters and it was fun. And that's what matters. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but not every movie has to be a masterpiece. So, Glory, bro, why don't you start a food channel or feature it here? Only you get views in the community that gives a shit what you eat. Your donations are centered around ordering tacos. That's true. People literally give me money so that I can eat tacos. Maybe I will, man. I don't know. I really, there are two sides to my YouTube, to how I kind of think about things that I'm going to do on YouTube. Side one is, do I have the time and do I really want to put any effort into this? And usually the answer is no and no. Alright, I'll go the long way, King Groot. Map 4, I've been getting smoked. You guys see my fucking guillotine here. I just keep getting plastered because I'm missing parries and stuff. I'll do that fight later. I'll do some arena so that there's some kind of action on the screen. But yeah, so it's just, I don't know. I guess if people want that, man, then yeah, maybe I'll do that. Or maybe every Sunday I order something, and maybe instead of Taco Sunday every Sunday, maybe I do something like, maybe I don't know, we try something new. Maybe people have suggestions for foods if they want me to do a review or something, something stupid like that. And maybe that's what we do, man. I don't know. I'm open to anything. I love to eat food, and I've got opinions. So yeah, maybe we do something like that, man. I don't know. I just really haven't put much thought into much YouTube related. All right, I've got my newly R2 Jabari Panther. I'm gonna take her to rank 3. I like her. I don't love her or anything like that, but I like her, and you know, I'm in fuck it kind of mood lately with MCOC. Like, fuck it. Who cares? Like, I'll rank this champ. I'm not gonna regret it because who cares? When rank 4s happen, when I have enough resources to take up a champ to rank 4, that's when I'll start. That's when I'll start analyzing again. Like, do I really want to do this? And I've already pretty much done that, and I talked to you guys about that earlier when I said that I'll be doing Doom most likely, but yeah, I don't know. Clown, what up, dude? Taco Tuesday, what an idea, James. I know, man. I wish I could participate in Taco Tuesday. It usually doesn't work out with my work schedule, and I definitely wouldn't be able to stream on a Tuesday night. I mean, like I could, but like it's just not worth it to me. The weekends pretty much, unless I'm forcing it, the weekends are when I'm gonna stream. Like that's really the only time I'm comfortable donating a couple hours to a stream is during the weekend. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Taco Tuesday, it is a pretty good idea. Maybe I should invent that. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm fully aware of Taco Tuesday. Am I going to lose this fight? All right, I actually have to pay attention here. All right, he did. Tony, really interesting ideas for changes in AW. Dude, I know. Maybe we should make a video on that, man. We could do like a Skype call maybe if you wanted to do that, or I don't know. We can talk about it in line. We can talk about kind of what how you want to present this since this is your thing. But I do think that it would be a good thing to present, just to give people more options, man. Just to give them hope. The people want hope. They log in, they play War, they get their ass kicked, they feel like shit, and they say to themselves, "I hope Kabam fixes this catastrophe." They just want some hope. So yeah, look, more options are gonna be, any extra ideas we can give. I think that would be good, and I'd be happy to be your vessel for that. Anyway. AQ Shadow, yo, Hast, how you doing, brah? Cataclysm, what's up, man? Far From Home was in July of 19. Oh, fuck, it was? All right, then that wasn't it. We saw a movie in December. We saw a movie in December of 2019. Oh yeah, no, I remember Far From Home being not in December. What the hell was in December? It was Rise of Skywalker. Ugh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. We had a feeling it was gonna be brutal, but it far exceeded our expectations in the wrong direction. What a nightmare. Yeah, Star Wars. It was Star Wars. Ugh, yikes. Redwood, how you doing, man? Good to see you too. Thank you. I think at the very least I can commit to one stream every weekend. It seems like more people are available for obvious reasons. More people are available on Sunday early afternoons than on Saturday evenings. But again, tomorrow I wasn't able to do any streams. Wowzers, look at me. Look at this. Oh my god. All right, let me focus real quick. What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? It would be one of the most hyped AQ videos ever. A new Nation and 4Loki collab on how to take someone else's game to the next level. I'll be there with my popcorn. I mean, I know. That's the thing that does comfort me a little bit is like people really do care about War. Like when you have top alliances saying the same thing about War, the same issues come up every time. The suggestions are all, similar in spirit. It's like Kabam has to adjust. They have to figure this out. And part of the issue, I've talked about this before, but part of the issue is they don't have anybody in high tier war. And that makes a big fucking difference. And if I was running Kabam, obviously, there are things that you have to do for revenue. I get that. But if I was running Kabam, Alliance War would be a priority. I would be trying to figure out ways to monetize Alliance War publicly, like sports leagues, e-league type of shit. How can we do that? The current setup with the 24-hour map and with energy and all that shit, it wouldn't work. Obviously, you're not going to watch, you're not going to watch segments of people over the course of 24 hours. But Mummy's idea, you could do something like that. That's e-league. You could, if there was a team of 10 people, you could do something where everybody's online. You can watch different screens, see their fights and stuff, because everybody could do their fights at the same time because there's no energy restrictions. They just have tickets. So that, again, if I'm running Kabam, I'm thinking about two things. How can I get Alliance War to not be so redundant? Number one. And number two, how can I make it a mode that we can maybe do something E-League related with so that we can popularize it? That'll bring in new players that want to do what they see on the screens. That would be another, monetization avenue for Kabam. I don't know, man. A lot of people play this game. It's one of the most popular mobile games ever made. And it's not often that you have a mobile game that continues to grow in daily active players in year 6. Are we in year 6? That's crazy, dude. That's staying power. Marvel in general, just the Marvel IP, all these characters, is probably the hottest IP in the entertainment business over the last decade. And it's only getting bigger with Disney Plus. So, Kabam has a fucking gym right here. They have a gym, and it just seems like they're worried about the fucking short term. How can we make money in the short term? What deals can we sell? How can we make a deal that's so good that we can sell it to anybody at any level? They're focused on that, and I get it. But if you fix the foundation of the game and you figure out a way to popularize modes like Alliance War that require teams, and if you need a team, you're going to join an alliance. And if you join an alliance, you're going to have more reason to log in daily. If you have more daily active users, you have more investment money. It doesn't seem like it should be that difficult to figure out. And I know that there's a whole side of it, coding and all that stuff, that I have no idea how that stuff works. And I am sure that however hard I think it is, it's probably harder than I think. But it doesn't seem like they're trying, and that's the part that pisses me off. The changes that they proposed for Alliance War and that they enacted for this past season were a fucking disaster, and then they had to cancel the season because one of their updates ruined the fucking game. How does that make sense? How are you fuck, dude. I could just rant about this shit. Maybe I should make just a freestyle rant video, a 14-hour uncut rant video with 360 checkpoints in the YouTube description box. When Taters rants about the energy cost in Alliance War 1, and that's at minute mark 7 minute mark, and then minute 1600 it's Taters rants about the same shit he ranted about in minute 7. I don't know, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Something has to happen, and Mummy's idea definitely would make that fun. The no energy thing is really, in my opinion, the no energy thing is the key to unlocking some type of E-League mode. That they could have players streaming their matches, and they could work out licensing fees or so whatever. There's so much shit they could do. Enzo, yo! Hey, Taters, great to see you again. On the plane ride over, I saw Tenet. I loved it. Knowing you were a movie expert, what did you think? Dude, that's so cool. So where are you headed, Enzo? You mean plane ride over to America? Are you coming to America? That'd be awesome, man. Yes, we Mary and I saw Tenet. Tenet was a movie so I loved the concept. I thought that it was all right. So here's my thing about Chris Nolan. He does a good job. He's a great visual filmmaker. He does a good job of visually explaining things, right? But also, a lot of his ideas are so complex that he doesn't trust his audience to be able to pick up the visual cues. And so he adds in really wordy, really overly explanatory dialogue that ends up just making it more confusing than if they just left it out. And that dialogue, when you're explaining what's happening, that's called exposition. And exposition, look, it's going to be necessary in some cases, in a lot of cases, and there are different ways that you can present that information. But if it's verbally, if you have a character talking about it or like a narrator narrating it, which is like the ultimate sin in cinema, it's a demerit, right? You have to get points taken away. So some of the great filmmakers of all time, like Andrei Tarkovsky is my favorite filmmaker of all time. I've got the motherfucker tattooed on my arm. Here, where is he? Right here. You guys see him? Andrei Tarkovsky. I know at least one person in this stream knows who that is, and that is my cinephile brother, White Mummy. But Andrei Tarkovsky tried to tell the story visually, and if it couldn't be explained visually fully, then he let the audience determine what they thought it meant. And with a story like Tenet, there is a lot going on, and Chris Nolan wants to explain the science because he wants us to know that he did research in order to write the script. That's great. But it was just so wordy. So ultimately, here's my feeling. For me, it was a 6 out of 10. It's a good movie overall, or an above-average movie overall. I think in hindsight, I remember it more fondly than I enjoyed it when I was watching it. But because what I'm remembering are the concepts, and the concepts are pretty awesome. It's a great story. It's a great concept. I think the visual execution was amazing, and I think the script was a little lacking. I think it was just overwrought, basically. So, and that's a huge demerit for me. Writing is to me the number one thing. It's the most important. So if everything else in the movie is great, the acting is amazing, the direction is great, just all that shit is good, but the writing is subpar, then you're going to lose more points overall than if the writing is great and maybe the execution is less great. So that's kind of my thought, but overall I did like it. I would watch any Taters rant videos. That's good. Terrence B, someone needs to make this man a 14-hour someone needs to make this man a 14-hour beat and some DJ so the Taters can freestyle or rap about MCOC. Oh my god. White Mummy could probably do that. Well, he's a multi-skilled gentleman. All right, let's see where Enzo is going. For 2 weeks visiting my mom. Okay, cool. Interstellar is my favorite Chris Nolan movie. Yeah, so Interstellar is a perfect example. So first of all, I like Interstellar. I enjoy Interstellar, and also I understand the etiquette of shit talking something when somebody says it's their favorite. Now, I'm not trying to shit talk it, but we can probably agree that if you leave the movie exactly how it is right now, exactly the same, and then you go in and you just take out everything is the same, all of the scenes are the same, but you just take out some dialogue. Right? Like the love speech. That was cringy. If you take out some of the dialogue and just leave everything else the same, I think it becomes a stronger movie. I think it's over-explained. And that, to me, that's the issue with Chris Nolan, modern Chris Nolan movies. It's like he he's so proud of this concept that he created, which by the way is great. He's probably a genius, right? He's probably a genius. At least storytelling wise, I think he's probably a genius. But part of the problem when you are so above everybody in terms of like how you understand a concept like him, I think you have a tendency to want to explain it to make sure that the person you're telling it to knows as much as you do. And that doesn't need to happen with movies. There's a reason that movies are moving pictures, right? There's a reason that we get to see images and we get to see people acting. And that's because it's a visual medium. That's what we want. We don't need to be told. Just fucking show us, right? So that's my problem with Chris Nolan. I do like him as a filmmaker. I'm not trying to be like a contrarian or anything like that. I'm just saying almost all of his movies are over-explained. I think his best movie is probably Memento because it doesn't over-explain things. Obviously, you have the explanation at the end, which is important, but it's told in flashback as the character remembers what happens. And he remembers what happens not randomly, but because of the journey that he took throughout the story. All of that stuff he leads to him remembering. So that's called character development. The character's actions lead him to figure out the resolution, and obviously there has to be an explanation, but the explanation is told in flashback, so it's visual. And in Interstellar, the concepts are so advanced, and I think they're pretty easy to understand. I mean, right? I mean, I think everybody understands what's happening in Interstellar. But you still have people trying to explain shit, and it's just like, shut up. Just shut up. Just fucking show us the movie. That's my opinion. I might be a normie, but I gotta say Inception was my favorite Nolan flick. I liked Inception a lot. I liked Inception better than Interstellar and Tenet. And the other thing is, obviously, there's a lot of exposition in Inception, like when Leo is talking to Ariadne, hilarious name, about what's going on. It's visual, right? You guys see that shot from the trailer where the city gets folded onto itself and the fruit market starts to explode. He's telling her what's happening, but he's also showing the audience. So we get a full understanding of what's happening, as opposed to him just telling us. And that just telling us shit happens a lot in Interstellar. And in Tenet, it's a little bit different because they're telling us stuff that it's actually confusing us more. So like Tenet, Tenet is just like it's like Nolan is way too smart for his own good. Like if he had this script and he just gave it to a dumber filmmaker, they'd probably make at least the script might be a little bit better. The movie, he's gonna do his thing visually. He's a master with that stuff. But hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Juma, he makes them overly complicated to seem clever. Yes, exactly. And here's the thing. I think that his movies are clever, except for The Dark Knight Rises, which I think is terrible. But that's the only movie of his that I think is actually bad. The other stuff I think is between, good but could have been better if he's his own worst enemy with his scripts. And then up to like very, very good. Like Memento is like really strong. And his first movie, which he made for like $6,000 in film school with some of his film school buddies on weekends, which is called Following. I believe it's a Criterion Collection title, if you guys are familiar with Criterion Collection. They're like a high-end distributing company, basically. They make like... I don't know, just look it up, Criterion Collection, but I think Following's a Criterion title. I think that's one of his best movies, too. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a fan of Chris Nolan. I feel like every time I watch his movies, I think to myself, man, if he could have just had somebody tell him, maybe we should cut this line out. Maybe we should cut this speech out. I feel like his movies would be better, At least his modern movies, like the newer ones. Why aren't you activating route? I honestly, well, I don't. I didn't even realize I used Call Obsidian, so I have no idea. Not paying attention. Why is Ariadne funny? Because I feel like it's faux. Like, all right, so Ariadne is like a Greek god, right? Yeah. Ariadne was the daughter of King Minos of Crete and his wife Pasiphae in Greek mythology. And if you read about her, right, she's best known for her pivotal role in the myth of Theseus and the Minotaur. It's just like, you know that she doesn't need to be named Ariadne, and she's named Ariadne because Chris Nolan wants the audience to know, like, oh wow, he all right, here's the word. Chris Nolan is pretty pretentious. He's pretty pretentious. It's funny that a character that does not need to be named Ariadne after a fucking Greek princess is named that because he wants to tell this separate, deeper story that kind of makes sense in terms of the story. But like it's the same reason. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio's wife her name is Maul, which of course means bad. It's like, okay, a little on the nose, dude. Like just make a fucking movie, man. You don't have to prove to everybody that you're the smartest guy making movies. That's kind of my thing. He's just kind of a pretentious guy. So that's why I think it's funny. I think it's really meaningful to the story of Inception. Do you? If her name wasn't Ariadne, it wouldn't change the story. So again, it might add some layers, but again, it's like, what? It feels crammed in to me. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I'm missing a layer of Inception. But I don't know. It made me roll my eyes. Let's put it that way. Forget the food channel. Start a cinnamon review one. That was the Nolan review I have seen. Oh, the best Nolan review. That's good, bro. We should do a tandem movie review podcast or something. Because I know you're far beyond my knowledge and my cinema knowledge. You are truly I don't know what a good word would be, but you are very high up there. I would say you're something of a I think you're literally a cinema scholar. Smart people can make complicated things seem easier. Not smart people usually make them seem simple things seem complicated because they don't understand it or to separate themselves from the common guy. Yeah, I do agree with that in general. I do think that Nolan is very smart. I think that he's really smart. I think the issue with him, for me, again, it's a personal opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right. I think that the issue is he wants to make sure that people watching his movie know that he's really smart. Right? That's my opinion. Like, he needs to go the extra mile, even if it doesn't really matter or make sense, or even in the case of Tenet, in my opinion, it actually makes the plot more convoluted. He needs to explain it because he wants the audience to be like, wow, fuck, I don't understand that. This guy must be a fucking genius. And that's why I think that's pretentiousness. And then you have, and by comparison, you have filmmakers like Belatar. I don't know if you guys have heard of that guy. You should Google him if you haven't. Hungarian filmmaker. He's also one of the guys tattooed on my arm. He tries to make movies with almost no dialogue. I mean, you have Alfred Hitchcock. I mean, Alfred Hitchcock, everybody knows who he is. I think everybody, even if you haven't seen his movies, you understand that how respected he is and how influential he is. Just from hearsay, from, if you've seen some of his movies, you see his influence on modern cinema still. I mean, he said, I don't know what the exact quote is, I'll paraphrase, but I mean, he famously said, if you can't tell the story without dialogue, you shouldn't tell the story at all, right? So, I don't know. I just think that, if you want like the inner monologue shit, if you want to like explain things and try to seem philosophical, write a book. If you want to make like an actually meaningful philosophical movie, in my opinion, you got to let the viewers figure it out. But again, everybody has different preferences. I am not right. That's just my opinion. That's my preference. When I watch a movie that like over-explains shit, I roll my eyes and I'm like, God, when's this fucking scene over? So it just depends. I would say that I have I guess it's not a love-hate. It's not that strong because I don't hate Nolan. Like any movie that he releases, I'm like, all right, I want to see that. But he definitely irritates me. Kabam and Chris Nolan gonna team up against taters. Maybe that would be cool, actually. Like Incredibles 2, the villain was named Evelyn Deaver, Evil Endeavor. I know. Yeah, so the name is pretty silly and on the nose, but also that movie is really good. That movie is really good, I think. Huge fan of that one. And there are also different types of movies, right? Like, obviously, like a movie like... There are just so many different layers. Like, cinema is such a complex medium. There are so many different ways to tell stories. So it's not like a one-size-fits-all. You know, The Incredibles is a superhero movie, but it's ultimately about a family. And specifically, Incredibles 2 is about, the kind of the power dynamics between the husband and the wife, Bob and, I can't remember Elastigirl's name. I'm also slightly distracted by getting creamed by Groot again. But yeah, it's like the shifting power dynamics. Bob has to kind of reconcile with the fact that he's past his prime and he's no longer the superstar of the family. He's not the famous one. He's not the desired one. He has to adjust from an exciting, adventurous lifestyle to, raising a kid by himself pretty much while his wife is out getting a lot of publicity and stuff. It's just a really, I think, relatable and common human story, and that's why I think, so that movie, for example, it focuses more on character. And when you're focusing more on character, God damn it! Hold on. Alright, when you're focusing more on character, then you can get away with some of the other stuff, like explaining away concepts of the film, if the movie is really about the development of the character or the changes they're undergoing, stuff like that. It's just, there are a lot of layers, man. A lot of layers. Helen, yeah. Fuck, Helen. Damn it. I wish Falstaff was here for this. Oh, man, I know. I hope he's doing well. The villain is terrible in Incredibles 2, but the family stuff was great. Yeah, agreed. I know. God, now I want to watch that movie. Maybe we can watch that tonight, Mary. Just like in the background. You can work on some of your projects on your computer or your iPad. I don't know if I'm going to play MCOC. I'll probably just zone out, be on eBay, scroll through basketball cards, shit like that. Taters reviewing the Incredible Saga's making my Saturday night. Oh, man. Just ask me about shit, and if I know it, I'll have an opinion on it. That's my problem. That's my downfall. I just can't help myself. I have to share my opinion. Scarco, viewers like freaking feeling smart too. When I hear the first mention of a character named Ariadne, I know what role she's going to play in the story. Okay, that's a good perspective. Does it feel like cheating? Ah, God, I don't know. I guess you're right. All right. Well, how about this, Scarco? Though, defend Maul. Is there any defense of that? Because that one is, like, so on the nose, man. That's way more on the nose. It's like, oh, my God, she's bad. That's, like, the pinch point of the movie, too. That's, like, the middle of the movie. That one bothers me more than Ariadne. Doesn't really bother me. It was just something that made me roll my eyes. Like, okay, Chris Nolan wants to make sure that we know he's smart. Blah, blah, blah. But he is smart. That's the other thing. But anyway, yeah. Let me know what your opinion is on Maul, because I think that that's such a stupid name. It's like, oh, okay, she's bad. Awesome. Mega Farts, yo, bruh. What up, dude? Nolan's movies all have a very small and cool concept at his heart. He chooses to make that concept, to take that concept and make it as complicated as possible instead of explaining the cool concept or just exploring it. Yeah, I think that's my thing. Like, I want him to explore it visually without there being a convenient expert character that can tell us exactly what's happening as we see it or explain the science. Like in Tenet, right? You have so many characters that can just explain everything that's happening. It's like you see something, you're like, "Fuck, that's interesting." I wonder how that happens. How can they tell us what's going on visually? And then they don't. They just have it. There's like, okay, now enter character Z. It's like, oh well, here's the story. Let me tell you the story. And it's almost like, you know what? You could take away all the visual elements of the movie and just have certain character scenes. They can just explain the entire story in 10 minutes. That's Tenet. Boom. That's my review. Love you, man. Love to participate with you on any project. One reason would be that your work and knowledge is just amazing. You are an awesome guy, and I mean that. You're going to make me cry, bro. Thank you. No Black Widow talk, please? Yes. No spoilers at the very least. Mega Farts, I saw that. I saw you unsent it, so maybe. But Mary and I saw it. We didn't think it was bad. We thought it was good. I would say above average. It surprised me because my expectations going in were okay. Taskmaster looks fucking sick. I can't wait for that. But yeah, I had reservations. I was like, gosh, I wonder if they're going to take this like melodramatic because, I mean, God, if you guys haven't seen Endgame at this point, what are you doing here? But, we know that she is going to eventually die in Endgame. So I was wondering if they're going to like milk that, kind of make it like sentimental and stuff. But they didn't do that. They also, several times, they were very self-aware, made fun of some of Black Widow's more eyebrow-raising MCU history. Like, particularly the sexualization of her in Iron Man 2, which, when you look back at it, you're like, oh my god. And, of course, that's Joss Whedon that did... Oh, no, Iron Man 2 was Jon Favreau. Well, Joss Whedon did the first Avengers and Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron has, like, probably the worst Black Widow scenes in the MCU. Like, just cringy, terribly written scenes, with just trying to like milk emotion out of the viewers, like just manipulative bullshit. And Joss Whedon's like, I mean, he's terrible. Like he's like a terrible person too. Obviously, if you guys have done any research on him, but no, man, they did a good job. They did a good job. I thought that some of the writing obviously was like a little eye rolling, but very self-aware. I appreciated that. Taskmaster was as cool as the previews make him look. Like, fucking Taskmaster is so sick. I wish they would make an MCU version of Taskmaster in MCOC. Like, the exact same, the Taskmaster, the MCU version outfit and everything. And, I mean, Taskmaster probably deserves a buff or at least, like, a value update in the game, but I would take a second Taskmaster that's just fucking awesome. Like, that would be so cool. He would have to be tech, but that's okay. We could still use some awesome tech champs. It's not new. Shakespeare named Romeo's best friend Benvolio. I Want Good, or Malvio in 12th Fifth Night. Yeah, okay, alright. I mean, Shakespeare was an idiot. I'm just kidding. I just like do you know where I'm coming from with this? It's just, again, like, you know, you're gonna be in a camp where you're more educated with like literary history than 99.9%. If you know that shit, you're more educated than 99.9% of the people that see Chris Nolan's movie. Or that see, in particular, that see Inception. And that's an awesome point that you brought up about Ariadne, where when you heard that, you knew what role she was going to play. That's cool. I overlooked that because I just rolled my eyes. But that's a different perspective. That's cool. But like, if you take that name away, and if you don't try to draw attention to that, then I don't think that it differs the story that much. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're more elevated on that stuff than I am, for sure. So I didn't know the stuff about Shakespeare. I don't know. That was just my gut reaction has always been like, this guy. We know you're smart, dude. Trust us. We all think you're smart. You don't have to fucking ram it down our throats. Tenet is a lot more offensive in that sense. That it's like he doesn't trust the audience with anything. He's like, look, I'm gonna show it to you, and then you're probably still gonna be confused. So I'm just gonna fucking tell you 3 different ways because you need to know that I'm smarter than you. That's what it feels like. I always tell my students, if you are going to introduce a device like a symbolic name, use it consistently. That's true. Hate when it's just a one-off for no reason. It's heavy-handed. That's my point. I mean, and again, with Ariadne, it is different because she does play that role in the story. So whatever. Maybe that's forgiven. The mall thing still is annoying because it's like it's such like a. It's not really a layered meaning, right? It's just like, okay, she's gonna be the obstacle to overcome. And she could have been that same obstacle with the same emotional weight if she wasn't called Maul. And also, like, you have to ask yourself at some point, like, if you're these characters in these stories, nobody thinks, oh, that's a little weird that somebody named their kid Maul. I wonder if she's going to be some kind of antagonist. That's what I'd be thinking if I was in that movie. I'd be like, wait a minute, your wife's name is Maul? She's probably going to fuck us up, right? I mean, her name is Maul. And Leo's like, yeah, that's my wife's name. What, you want to fight? I don't know. Vision was supposed to protect the Earth from Thanos with him in control of the body. Wait a minute. Did I miss something? Oh, yeah, I did. Hold on, MSD. I missed your first comment. Oh, no, we have a fucking Heimdall fight against Kingpin, too. Super annoying. I get to do no damage. He does have recoil. That's good. Oh, yeah. What time is it? It is, it's almost 9 o'clock. How long we been ranting? For an hour and 30 minutes? Oh no. Alright, let's just throw the SB2. See if it sticks. Hey, it did. That was lucky. Alright. Age of Ultron was hit and miss. Yeah, I agree. But Ultron is top tier MCU villain. He literally called everything that would happen in the next films. Yeah, I actually liked Ultron. And I think that I think it's obvious that Kevin Feige and the heads at the MCU have figured out when we're creating a villain, we can't kill them in one movie. And obviously Ultron, it's possible that he's not like gone. I don't know. Like you said, I think that was your next comment. Vision was supposed to protect the Earth from Thanos with him in control of the body. That's why he made him over being just different from the Iron Man look. Oh, okay, gotcha. So, but yeah, it's possible they could still bring back Ultron in some capacity, like revive the Ultron program or so. I don't know. They can do whatever they want, but ooh, yo taters, I'm back. It's halftime. How's it going, man? My guess is it's 0-0. That's my guess, just from watching some soccer. 45 minutes. Nobody scored. That's my guess. It doesn't change the story, it just changes my personal experience of it. That's good. That's fair, man. I mean, ultimately, and you know, I guess that's a positive thing overall because if it's just a story, then everybody is going to have, for the most part, the same reaction to it based on, you know, based on their level of understanding of it, and then based on how their personal experiences, how they can relate their personal experiences to the you know, to the beats of the story. That's going to be a constant in every movie, no matter what. But if you can add an extra layer for a select group of people that can have further enjoyment from it, then I guess that's cool. That makes sense. I kind of feel like an idiot for saying I think Ariadne was a stupid name. So. Ooh, nice. 1-0. All right. Oh, you just said in the lead by 1, so it could be 2-1. Rohan, what up, man? There's a real lesson from Inception. Don't marry someone named Maul. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Come on, dude. It was fucking the biggest red flag you've ever had. First date. Hi, I'm Maul. Except in a French accent. It's like, oh, is that just like short for like Mallory? Perhaps? They're like, no. My birth name is Maul. Okay, so it's like Mahle? Or is it, I mean, I guess it's like Moll, like Molly, but without the Y on the end. They're like, nope, it's Mal, Maul. And it's like, all right. Well, I have to go to the restroom real quick. If you don't mind, order me a water. I'll be right back. And, you know, we can talk about your history. And it's going to be a great time. And I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to meet you. And the number that you were texting me at, that actually is a burner phone. So just want to let you know, at the end of the night, I'll give you my real number. And so don't text that other number anymore. It's just an old number. It doesn't matter. So anyway, but I'm just going to go to the restroom, and I'll be back. And I can't wait to talk more to you, Maul. Okay? This has been so fun. And then you're like, I'm fucking out of here, man. I am fucking out of here. No way. Let's find a window in the bathroom. Windows in the bathroom at restaurants don't exist anymore, but they're always in 70s movies, right? They're always there. It's like, all right, everybody's always, up through the 90s even, these rom-coms were like, oh, there's just a fucking window in the bathroom. Somebody's ass is hanging in the window, and when somebody else walks in, it's like they're trying to get out. Anyway. Okay. He could have easily escaped through the web from a drone body before Vision killed him. Remember, Vision only shut him out from that specific body. Yeah, I mean, Vision, I think they did say, like, I'm the last one or something like that. I think somebody said something like that, where it's like, I'm the last one, or Vision said the last one, or somebody said the last one, I think. But I mean, they can retcon anything they want. And I do hope that they bring him back. I also love James Spader. James Spader he's been in some really rancid shit. He's also been in some really great shit. And overall, I think he's a really, really good actor. He was, the James Spader voice casting for Ultron was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I hope that they can work a way back in for Ultron in the future. That would be so awesome. I feel like I actually just got dumped. How much practice has Taters had with this speech? Well, in my life, I've gone on 6 dates with people whose names I found out was Maul. So, yeah, I've had some experiences. Ooh, Heather. I'm married, by the way, and my wife knows that I'm just fucking around right now. But it's like, okay, Heather. Oh, she's cute. Yeah, let's get... Oh, Heather. Oh, that's just a nickname. Your real name is Maul? Fuck me again? Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom. This shit is getting old. Order me a water. Don't text me again. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And then you're out of there. The body he was in, there was the last drone he created. His web access was cut off in that prime body, but not in any other drone. Oh, that's a lot deeper than I've ever thought about the Ultron story. Scarco, that's a lot of exposition, Taters. Couldn't you have just shown that visually? Well, I'd have to have a prop. I'd have to have another actor. You know, I'd have to set the scene. I'd have to set the lighting. Yeah. That was more like a stage play snippet. And, you know, stage plays, you know, more exposition is forgiven. I'm not an expert in stage plays, so in fact, Mary has a lot of experience with theater, and we've gone to several stage plays or musicals together. I don't know how many, but we've gone to several, and it's different for me. Like, it takes some adjusting because it's like, it's more flamboyant. Obviously, the actors' deliveries have to be different because they have to project to an audience. They just have to be more animated because people in the back row can't see a slight facial tick, which obviously that's a huge thing in camera acting. I don't know, man. It's different, but yeah, that was like a stage play. That was a mini stage play. The end. MSD, have you done a fully dexing Venom's SP2 on the wall video yet? If you haven't, can you do that next? I almost always get caught by the first part. It's the timing. The timing seems to change, and I know that I say that a lot, and I know that means that it's actually me, and I just suck at this game. But it feels like the timing is different. You'd have to have Maul there with him, Dom. Oh boy. We need a command for this speech. Maul? Oh man. Go back. Go back and clip it. Alright, maybe I'll go back and I'll clip the Maul thing. The thing is, if I post something like that on YouTube, nobody is going to know what the hell I'm talking about except the 49 people watching this stream. And I don't know if I count in that 49 because like my screen is on my YouTube channel for the chat. So probably. So 48 people watching this stream are gonna they might look at it and they're like, oh yeah, that was a funny part of the stream. And then everybody else is gonna be like, the fuck? The fuck is this? What hasn't MSD done? I don't know. He has not reached 18 years of living yet. He has not made it into 4 Loki yet. It's even funnier if no one understands. That's true. I agree, it's funnier. But again, it's funnier for you guys if nobody else understands. If somebody who doesn't understand watches it, it's not funnier for them that they don't understand. They're just like, what the fuck? Maybe it's funnier. I don't know. I don't know, man. Get fucked. MSD the young blood. MSD, are you 18 next month? No way. No way. I thought they blocked all the Ultron drones, then destroyed them all so he couldn't get away. That's what I understood. Yeah, I don't actually have any idea. That's what I thought too. Like, I thought that they went the extra mile with the screenplay to make sure that we knew that that was the last one. Like, that was the intent. But also, they can fucking retcon it easily, you know? I mean, he is, after all, an AI. Like, Ultron is the AI. That's an easy thing to retcon. Like, oh my god, it looks like Ultron. This is exposition. I'm making fun right now. I'm mocking. This is not how I would do it, but this is what the MCU could do, right? So, like, could it be? No. We destroyed every last drone in Sokovia. Oh my god. He's back. Oh my god. Ultron is back. I'm gonna fucking lose this fight over this shit. Oh, get wrecked. Oh my god, it's Ultron. Oh my god. Wait, what's the line that every movie in the 2010s had to have this line? It's like, God help us. It's Ultron. God help us. God help us all. But yeah, they could be like, yeah, Ultron. It looks like he created he had a safe file. I mean, they could fucking do whatever they want. How he created he copied himself into the mainframe computer motherboard box before he multiplied himself into. Yes, I'm gonna be. Son of a. Yeah, that's a good one. It's Ultron. Son of a bitch. God help us all. Yeah, I'm gonna clip that and I'm gonna send that in. I'm gonna email Kevin Feige because I have Kevin Feige's email. Hey, what's up, Kev? I was talking to all my fans. I had 47 fans the other night. Yeah, it was awesome, dude. It was so cool. Well, honestly, man, we were just. This is an email, by the way. There's no back and forth. Well, actually, man, we had a pretty fun time. I mean, I think we had a fun time. I was just like reading their words that they posted in this chat, but it was a YouTube stream. But anyway, we were all hanging out, having an awesome time. I have a lot of fans, by the way. I had like 47 fans in there, which is pretty. That's a lot. That's kind of pretty much a lot for me, Kevin. Anyway, all right. That's a side note. Anyway, I recorded this part, and you know they all think that I should be in the MCU. And so I just thought, you know what, it would be a great idea if I just clip this and send it to you for an audition. So here it is, Kev. This is I'm sending this to like Kevin Feige at Kevin Feige 69 at gmail.com. He's like, what? Who the fuck are you? What's the MCU? And then blocks me or reports me to the police or something. Anyway, yeah, I just thought, you know, I mean, look, I know that you're an entrepreneur. You're a businessman above all else, right? I deserve a role. I think that I would fit in the MCU, the current MCU, a lot. Like I would just have a Disney Plus show. I've got a lot of range. If you look at, and he's like playing. He's like, Mother of God, dear Christ. It's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, this guy. This guy's fucking. He's amazing. He's an amazing actor. Anyway, let's build up shock charges for no reason. Let's get whacked by a heavy for no reason. Bah! All right, let's shock Disney. All right. MSD kind of all over the place. Computer science, law school, exercise psychology. Those are three main still need to look at schools around me. Get a little more information about them. Somebody ask you what you're studying. Can you please die, sir? MSD, what are the questions? Ooh, Ryan Carpenter. Hey, I just got 5-star Professor X. Any tips you got for me? I've been checking out Barrowman a bit because he's the Prof X expert. Yeah, I just took him to rank 3. I'm not very good with him. I just haven't spent a lot of time with him. I wasn't able to take him to rank 3 before I did 7.2 all the way, and I did use him a little bit for Gwen Master in 7.2, but like I didn't use him well in that fight. It's not really like the ideal way to play him anyway. But you could also check out MSD's channel. Obviously, he's very skilled with Professor X. Who else? I mean, Barrowman that's a good place to get him. You know, to see some Professor X strategy. I don't know, man. I'm not really an expert, so I don't want to pretend and give you wrong information. But that's a good rank up, and he's a very good champ. Hinaj blaring trailer music like, God help us all. Yeah. The Hans Zimmer. I can find it in there. Dom, Dominion, Power, Authority, the right being influenced by the evil. Yeah, I mean, look, you can probably find it. You can probably find anything in anything, right? But when your character's name is Maul, it's kind of like a brick being thrown at your face. A little bit different. Yeah, I would definitely check out MSD's Professor X video. I've looked and narrowed them down. What? Who asked you a question? I can't see, man. But somebody must have asked you if what you're studying in school. Yeah, anyway. Ooh, Minash, that's a great channel. He's really, really good player, obviously. I haven't really been watching much MCOC YouTube stuff. I mean, I haven't really, like, I watched some stuff on 7.2, but I just haven't really played the game a whole lot. What I typically watch is, like, the 4Loki people. Just to support them, and because I'm interested, because I know them. So I watch that stuff, and then there are a few players outside of 4Loki. I usually watch all of their videos, like Suida, MSD if I can, especially if I'm trying to learn a champ, because he's really strong. He just figures champs out. MP Blaze, I mentioned him earlier in the stream. He's in New Nation. He posts war videos. Very good player, obviously. So I do tend to like watching war videos just to kind of, stay like loosely in the mix on it. You know what I mean? Since I like haven't done war for 2 months now. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I don't really know. Like, I'm subscribed to a lot of people, and a lot of people I just don't even watch, just because I'm not like looking for them. I'm not like typing shit in and trying to find something. Old Purg. Purgy. Oh. Alright, that worked out pretty well. And let's get absolutely crashed. Okay. Seriously, how you doing, man? Enjoying a break for MCOC Rat Race? Planning on jumping back in soon? I am enjoying it, and I'm probably going to end up going back to 4Loki soon. With just a change in approach, basically. My approach is just going to be different, just to kind of being on the break. So the battle for me has always been, how can I manage my time, like my real life time, and also like contribute something extra to 4Loki that makes it fun, because I don't personally feel like MCOC is that much fun right now. The fun part, as everybody always says, is the alliance. This is getting boring. I guess, fuck it, let's just keep going. But so, like, in 4Loki in the past, I've done power ratings. The last season that I was in 4Loki, I did coins, which is just a second thing. We keep stats. We're tracking stats, which is part of power ratings. But then we started the streak board, so we kept everybody's live war solo streak, which was really fun. So that's 3 things that I was doing. Plus, I was making coins after every war. I was making cards and avatars at the end of every season. And then doing Alliance War defense, Alliance War attack planning, and planning Alliance Quest. So, and I felt an obligation to do that stuff. And the other thing is, I liked that stuff. Like, I really liked that stuff. I liked doing it. But at the same time, during war seasons, and especially on war attack nights, when I was doing that stuff, that was like hours of my night. 3 nights a week. And then the other days, it's still multiple hours a day just on officer shit, just on stuff that's not me playing the game per se. It's more me kind of playing outside of the game a little bit. And that stuff is just really hard because, I have a wife, and, we want to spend time together and shit. I have other personal projects that I basically completely stopped working on or didn't work on at all over the last like year and a half because I didn't have the time. Um, like my job has gotten busier since the beginning of the year, and it hasn't gotten any less busy. So there are just a lot of factors. So I do think I'm going to go back soon, but I'm going to manage less. I think I'm going to focus strictly on like war attack, and we're going to still do power ratings. I believe like I'm not back yet, so I don't I'm not making any decisions here. These are just kind of what I suspect I'll be doing. Probably doing power ratings again. Still probably want to keep track of stats and still probably do the coins because those things are pretty easy for me to do and they're fun and they just help a little bit with the monotony of war. They're also pretty motivating. I think they're motivating factors that just kind of push people to do their best without doing shit like threatening people, which is something poor Loki's against. And there are just some other things that I can just basically time manage better. So, and I'm gonna have to because that's gonna be important to me. And if I go back and I'm not able to time manage any better, and I just fall back into the same routine, then I'm gonna have to probably leave permanently. So I don't know, man. There's a lot to think about, but I have been enjoying my break a lot. It's been eye-opening. I can't believe how much time I've given to this game over the last 4 years. It's actually insane. And I don't necessarily regret it because, again, like I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, and I love For Loki, and especially BG3. All those people who've had so much continuity in BG3. So, like, I've been playing with most of the players in BG3 for literally years. Like, I fucking know them. You know what I mean? And that's awesome. It's like a real community. Anyway, fucking rambling. Yeah. Anyway, did you see my thing about speed running taters? Ooh, Zach, no, I didn't. What did you post it in here? All right, hold on. Taters SNL audition. I don't think they'd like it. I don't think they'd say yes. Did I miss speed running? I don't even know what that is. Can you repost? Because I can't find it. Or maybe I just totally missed something. I don't. Yeah, I can't find it. Just repost it. I'm a meme green. Yes, stealing buffs so cool. Replicating them and keeping them forever. Yes, that would be cool, and the potency needs to be way higher. Well, I wonder who you're talking about. Loki. Yes, I agree. Loki is awesome. I really like Loki the champ. Yeah. Yeah, he should be. They could just tune him up somehow. They should give officers some kind of incentive. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a really complicated scenario. Because I feel like if Kabam tried to give officers some kind of in-game incentive, like higher rewards or something, you would have situations where the leader or the real officers would just promote people just to help. Like you'd have 30 member alliance, like 30 officer alliances, you know what I mean? And then it would still be the same where you would still have the same small group of people doing everything, but just everybody else would get those rewards because you can have 30 members, you can have all 30 members in the alliance be an officer right now if you want. So I think that would get taken advantage of right away, and then if they somehow figured out a way to fix that, then you'd have a situation where people who didn't want to do anything, but they wanted those extra rewards, would really push to try to become officers. It could create like tension and stuff. So I don't know. I think that they have it right. I mean, the people that are officers, for the most part, that I know, the people that are officers, they want to do it, and that's why. Like I'm an officer. I mean, when I've been in For Loki, I've been an officer because the part of the game that I enjoy the most is the planning and the strategizing. That's what I like. All this other shit, I don't fucking care about. I don't care about arena. I do it for units, and right now I'm doing it so I can hang out with you guys. EQ, I do it for the rewards. I mostly just fucking zonk right through it. I don't even pay attention. I mean, war. I only care about war, and war is bad right now. It's broken. So, but that's the part that I've liked, and I'm way better at that than I am skilled as a player. So that's my way to kind of compensate and like balance out my experience. It's like, all right, I'm gonna die in war because I'm not as good as everybody else, but I get enjoyment out of planning an attack where our battle group clears without dying, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So I think the people that are officers want to do it, and there are obviously people that are officers that don't want to do it and they feel obligated to it, and that's a tough spot to be in. And I've been there, and it sucks. And ultimately, those people have to do what's right for them. But I think if you incentivize officership, that's just going to open up a bunch of different issues. So, although I appreciate the concept, try to reward the people that are doing the most work, I just don't think that would work practically, You better go back to 4 Loki in the next 3 months. So that spot will be MSD's. Oh, he does turn 18 in 3 months? Nice, dude. MSD growing up before our very eyes, buddy. That is cool. John Wright, how you doing, man? Welcome to the... What do we call this shit? This, I guess it's a stream, but it's mostly just me ranting about everything. Welcome to the show, buddy. You are not that bad at war. You aren't number 1 on DDIU history. That's true. That is a gentleman named Polypheus. The number 1 fight of all time on Don't Dap It Up. You have a couple that are just absolute classics, Dilly. The Apocalypse one, honestly, is so good because instead of, like, instantly getting incinerated like Work did against Longshot, like, that could happen to anybody, you know what I mean? Like, if you accidentally push into an SP2 and then you mess up and you take the SP2, like, that could happen to anybody. But what you accomplished against Apocalypse... taking a 12-piece and dishing out 0 hits. A 0 to 12 massacre against Apocalypse. Taking multiple combos. That is impressive. That is not something that everybody can do. So yeah, that's probably my favorite fight in Don't Dab It Up history. And then we have some classic 4 Loki fights that somehow didn't appear on Don't Dab It Up because somehow they survived. Like Yusafa's just fucking batshit magic fight against Symbiote Supreme. That's probably the hardest I've ever laughed watching a fight in my life. Like, I was actually crying when I watched that fight. I wish I had these fights too, so that when I'm talking about it for everybody that hasn't seen them, which is probably everybody, other than the people in 4 Loki, you guys are probably wondering what I'm talking about. Well, there's this amazing fight. So Yusafa, he has a Twitch channel, and he also has a YouTube channel, but he mostly does his stuff on Twitch, and then he just reposts on YouTube. But Yusafa is great. So Yusafa is a great guy, and he is a dedicated member of 4 Loki, and he's got a great sense of humor, and he has a checkered history in war. With complicated fights. Sometimes he goes into a hard fight and he fucking absolutely slays it, and you're like, Jesus, that was an amazing fight. And then sometimes he goes into a fight and you say, Jesus, what the fuck was that? Who did you let play this fight? Did your dog play this fight? And my favorite fight of all time that I've ever seen in this game was a Yusafa fight in war where he used magic against a Symbiote Supreme on the old node 37, I think. 37, 36, 37, 38. I'm pretty sure it was old 37. It was the middle island in Tier 2. And it used to have... I just can't remember the nodes, but like Symbiote Supreme was placed there a lot. And one of the strategies that we did in 4 Loki was we would use magic, we would lock him down, and once... It had like Footloose or some shit like that. I don't know, but once you got him locked down, the fight was good. It was fine. And he took that fight with magic. And he soloed that fight. but it was like the most reckless, like mid-screen crazy intercepts. Some of them he hit, some of them he didn't. He survived with like 5% health. It looked a lot like this fight, all right, except way funnier. And you could just like see, you could tell by watching it and by Magic's movements in the screen, you could tell that he was basically playing at random. He had no clue what was going on. It was like Will Ferrell in Old School. He was like, I blacked out and I don't know what happened. And you could see that on the screen, and it was just, I watched it several times. I was literally crying. I was loudly crying watching that fight because I could not believe it, how fucking hilarious it was. Amazing. AQ is bugged, unable to join. Congratulations. That's the best bug I've ever heard. We need more of those. Buttering up Yusafa before he lays into him. Yeah, that's right. I love Yusafa. What up, William? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. A few weeks ago, I became Cavalier, and now I'm just grinding arena for units. Good, good. That's the way to do it, man. Don't get sucked in to spending money on this fucking game. Don't do that. Honestly, do the Brian Grant. Just doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Find a champ that you want. Focus on ranking that champ up. Use that champ for every piece of content you can clear without exorbitant unit expenditure. Grind units in arena. Do EQ for the units and the gold. Just do it that way. But in 5 years, man, if you're like me and you look back and you see how much money you've spent on this game and it frightens you, and then once you take a break because you need a break, and you're thinking to yourself, and you start picking up or experiencing old hobbies that you had kind of given up because you got addicted to MCOC. And you start reliving those hobbies and you start getting back into them, and some of them you might want to spend some money, right? And you think, holy fuck, how much money have I spent on MCOC? I could do this. I could do this hobby, or I could complete this project, or whatever. If I didn't spend this money, you're gonna feel sick, and I'm gonna fucking die to a Spider-Gwen because I can't even watch a fucking screen and talk at the same time. Unbelievable. Yeah, you know how it goes. Natalie, what up? I'm happy with Cavalier. Thronebreaker will be here when I'm ready. Yes. Amen, man. Amen. That's how to do it. Easy solution, don't think about how much you spend. That is the easy solution. I try not to think about it because if I do, I just get instantly fucking sad. But here's the other thing. When I think about, sometimes I think to myself, would I do this over if I could redo it? And there's a lot of stuff with MCOC I'd do over. A lot of money that I've spent that I wouldn't spend again. All of this stuff, all the money I've ever spent on RNG shit and Cavalier crystals, none of it has ever worked out. That's not true. I opened like 70 Dr. Doom crystals and I pulled him twice when he came out. I think I would do that over because Dr. Doom is unbelievable. That gave me like a huge, head start prestige-wise. I was like one of the top prestige people in 4 Loki for a while, which I didn't care about, but it helped the Alliance. I don't know, man. But you think about stuff like that, and it's like, there's a lot of money that I wasted. And that's going to happen, but, But the thing is, what's the difference between Brian and somebody else in 4 Loki? Or me, right? What's the difference between Brian and me? There are a lot of differences. But, account-wise, I mean, my prestige is, a lot higher than his. Obviously, everybody's is a lot higher than his, but he's still in 4 Loki. He has enough in his account that he can complete any piece of content that he wants. He's done with Abyss. I mean, you know what I mean? He has enough 6 stars to get through Arena comfortably. He doesn't have to work too hard in Arena to get the units that he wants, to hit the milestones. The difference doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. And he spent a lot of thousands of dollars less than I have because he has spent nothing, at least on his main account. And I have spent a lot of thousands of dollars. And what has it gotten me, you know? It's got me some cool champs that who fucking cares? Who cares? Brian's prettier? I would agree. Go Play-Doh yourself. Oh, go Plata yourself. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, I really appreciate your old war videos. I just joined a Platinum Alliance, and they're very insightful for players like me. Dude, that's awesome. That's a first. I can't remember hearing about my old war videos in a long time. Hey, look at that. They're just like, nope, you're done, buddy. You're not playing MCOC anymore. Thank you, man. Seriously, I appreciate that. I can't even remember what some of those videos. I watched there was somebody in stream, I think it was Axe maybe, Axe Patel. I don't know, but this is a while ago, like maybe a couple months ago, but somebody in stream said that my very first war video just like somehow got recommended to them out of the blue, like completely randomly, and they checked it out, and so I was like, oh, I wonder what that was, like what happened in that video, and I went back to watch it, and I was like, oh my god. I mean, my channel is not any more sophisticated than it was when I started, but it's just funny to go back and watch that. It's like, wow, that was before we bought our house. That was before we had our dogs. I'm like, I just look different. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. But that's awesome. Good, I appreciate that. Yeah, but I did buy the $10 deal that was on the 4th of July. I had 6-star and 5-star shards. Oh, for Cavalier? I never saw what the Cavalier deals were for the 4th of July. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to continue to spend money on this game. I'm more focused now on what I'm spending. And there's a lot of stuff that I want, and I know that I don't need it, and I know from past experience that if I buy it, I'm going to be disappointed, and so I don't buy it. So that's helped. But yeah, I spent $165 on July 4th. I had a plan going in. These are the things that I want to do with the resources that I'm able to get on July 4th. And if there are deals that can help me do those things, then I'll buy them. And if they don't help me, then I won't buy them. And it was really helpful to have a plan because there were things that I kind of wanted, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to do it. And you know how it goes. You justify, it's only $100. Like, I spend $100 on DoorDash weekly. It's not that big of a deal. But that's $100 I could be spending on DoorDash weekly. You know what I mean? So it's like when you look at it from a money standpoint, sometimes you can justify it. I'm talking from experience, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I do still spend a little bit. Indeed. I like to think about money in terms of small foods, candies. Considering how many thousand Oreos or chocolate bars something is worth can be sobering. Jesus, I've never thought about that. I'll tell you guys a story. There is a. All right, so I graduated high school. I'm not going to tell you when because that's none of your business. But after I graduated high school, I went to college for 1 year. And then I took a break from college and I did, what's it called? I guess it's kind of technically like a study abroad or a live abroad type of scenario, but it wasn't overseas, so it wasn't abroad. It was in Honduras. So I went to Honduras and I lived there for about 4 months. I lived with a host family. I had a friend that took trips annually just to various places in South America and set me up with kind of the plan or whatever. Like basically did the planning for me, and it was basically like, do you want to do this? And I was like, fuck it, dude. Yeah, that sounds awesome. And so everything was set up for me. I just had to pay. There was a school that I went to from like 8 a.m. until, or it was like not probably 9 a.m. until like noon. So for 3 hours every day, I went to, it was a Spanish language school. And it was specifically, it was for, foreign people, for like visitors, like for Americans, there were Canadians, there were some Swedish people, there were some Danish people, but it was for like travelers or whatever. But it was a little school that I went to, and it was like basically Spanish tutoring, and that was cool. So I did that, and that was just like 3 hours a day, and then the rest of the time, um, it was just like whatever you want to do, and I so like obviously there I got to know some of the people that were there, and naturally because we all spoke English and we were kind of out of place a little bit, we all kind of hung out and we kind of had like our little friend group from that school, and anyway, here's where the story is going. So most of you most of you know that I like to smash food for sure, but most of you probably also know that I have a nasty sweet tooth. Like I love eating sweets and desserts and all kinds of shit like that. So I'm a huge Oreos fan, and there was this local, I can't remember what they call it. It's one of those. It's one of those shops or like stores that it's like It's like a cultural store where you can buy goodies from different countries. So like if you're a traveler, like if you're living abroad or living in a foreign country and you're an American and you want to buy Oreos, you could go to this store and you could buy fucking Oreos. And of course they have their own currency, and the currency rate or the exchange rate is like confusing. So anyway, I went to this store like every week and I bought multiple packages of double stuffed mega Oreos. And whatever currency it was, I can't even remember what it's called. But I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I don't care. Don't care. I don't care. Here you go. Here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Just paying this money. And when I got home, I did the exchange rate. I like looked at the exchange ratio, and I was paying like $9 for a package of double stuffed mega Oreos. And if you look anywhere, like if we Google it, let's flip the screen for a second. You guys don't want to watch this this arena rewards screen, do you? Probably not. All right, Ariadne. All right, double stuff Oreos mega. Oh, mega stuff. They're not called double stuff, and it's only got one F because cool. Wait, what? The fuck? Resealable. That's all right. All right. So maybe they must have discontinued this because look at how much people are paying for this. But anyway, all right. Double stuffed Oreos. Whatever, dude. Let's just look at the package cost. $2. Yeah, I was shelling out the cash for Oreos, dude. And so, why did I start this 10-minute story? For one reason. I was shelling out the cash for Oreos at a local cultural convenience store back in, 15 years ago. Or, no, not quite that long ago. When I lived in Honduras briefly for 4 months. Very cool. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. All right. You guys want the game again? This game sucks, doesn't it? That video gonna have viewer spike now, Dilly. If it's posted, I don't even know if it's posted. Oh, my first YouTube video was a war video and features the APOC fight. Oh, yikes. That's what I'm gonna be watching. Let me see here. I don't even know what's happening. I just had dinner and now I'm in a food coma. Yikes! What'd you eat? You need to tell me what you ate. That's pertinent information. Gimme that. Alright, I gotta go to bed now. Thanks for hanging out, taters. This is a great stream, by the way. The thing about speedrunning is a bub. Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, have a good night, dude. I'm gonna be wrapping it up here soon, too. Thanks for hanging out for a long time. I appreciate it, Zach. And holy fuck, where is it? Alright. Let me focus. Zachary Matlock. What the fuck, dude? I don't see it. Alright. I'm just going to go up to your last comment. Zachary Matlock. Determinator. Height sign is always 2020. Don't think about the past too much. I know, man. I hear you. Also, welcome. Oh, by the way, Taters, I posted above. I can't see it. I can't find it. I'm one of the moderators. Okay. Previous Zach comment. There we go. When do you feel... Oh! When do you feel was the last time MCOC was fun? Fuck, dude. I honestly don't know. I do feel like there's been some fun stuff recently this summer, or like, you know, whatever, this spring, summer. Like solo content. I just don't really care about solo content as much as other people, but it was fun. Like 7.2, I really enjoyed. I think it's probably the best content they've made. The Summer of Pain boss fights weekly have been really fun. But like the last time I was like excited to play MCOC was like probably the last war map, the previous war map, or maybe like the second season of the current war map when things were still new and we were learning things. Like that's the part that I enjoy. So, you know, if I'm looking at like how could MCOC, like, look, I'm gonna have a lot different opinion about MCOC than most players. Most players are gonna be really excited about all the solo stuff. I don't care about that. Most players hate war. I love it. So I understand that. But like if Kabam was like, all right, Taters, you get to decide what we focus on. My focus would, I think that the way to make MCOC, for me, to make it constantly enjoyable, is to create a situation in war that is kind of naturally, it kind of naturally updates itself. And that's hard to do, and I know that. And I think that they need to cycle through maps. They need to cycle through all the global tactics they've ever made. Just make it random. Assign it to both alliances each war. When you open up the war screen, I talked about this in my war video, how to make war better, in my opinion. When you open up war, you see who you're matched, right? You see who you're matched. You see how much time is left. You see all that shit. How about when you open up war, you see what map you're on? And for both alliances get this map, map 6, whatever they want to call it. And then you see, this is the global tactic. So we've got map 6 and we've got this global. And it's random. It's like incursions in that sense. It's random. You have to adapt. And then, so you get randomized shit, so it's fresh. Every war, it's fresh. You get global nodes that are fresh. And then you have to allow bans. Because if you allow bans, then you allow the players the ability to make their own adjustments that add more freshness. It forces people to do things differently than they would do, right? That's what I think they need to do. That's the only way. That's the only way that I'm going to love the game MCOC again. I love the game in a general sense because I love the alliance factor. But I don't like the actual game. If this was a solo game, I wouldn't be playing anymore. You know what I mean? So, that's my opinion. Japanese curry with miso rice and fried chicken. It was really good but filling. That sounds like a lot of food. I love rice. I don't know if I've had Japanese curry. I don't think that I like curry much. I can't remember though. I always get couscous and curry mixed up. But actually, Mary made couscous like, I don't know, like a few days ago or last week or something. And I actually like couscous, but I don't think that I like curry. But anyway, rice always fills me up. We love sushi, and our favorite sushi place, their rice is so good, and so we always get a bowl of rice, and then we get like our sushi orders, different rolls and stuff. But it fills you up, and then by the end, when we're finishing out the last rolls, it's just like, holy shit, I need a nap, hardcore. But but yeah, that sounds like a good dinner though. Sometimes YouTube doesn't show all the chats. Have to click live chat to load them all again, I think. Ew, all right. Summer of Pain is the only thing keeping my interest peaked. If it didn't exist, I'd be so right now. Yeah, I hear you. Gauntlet too. Oh yeah, Gauntlet. Gauntlet was fun. I mean, I got trashed, but yeah. Gauntlet is good content. Um, Summer of Pain is in my opinion the best solo content could be in MCOC. It's like it's the very best version of what solo content could be. Infinite tries, no energy cost, doesn't take you a long time. You can learn from your mistakes. For the most part, it's not necessarily matchup exclusive. Mysterio, that one was, you know, I know that you can do that fight with a lot of different champs, but if you had a Mortal Abomination, the fight was a joke. If you didn't have a Mortal Abomination, at the very least, it was going to be a long and difficult fight. So, other than that, like, content where you can use any champ, like Gwyn Master, Grandmaster, that is really good content because players do not want to feel like they have to have a champ to do content. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. That's just that's excluding. That's just excluding players. You don't want to do that. You want to make modes more inclusive to get people more interested. What in God's name are those caloric carnations? What are we talking about? Are we talking about Oreos, or is that in response to the whole Oreo Google search? Oreos are so good, and they're so calorie heavy. It's crazy. Sometimes you just gotta slam it though. Sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what? Fuck calories. Fuck MyFitnessPal. This needs to get slammed. You gotta do what you gotta do. I really like the idea of bans. It creates a vacuum that allows other champs to be ranked up and utilized. Also makes it easier to create champs that can fill niche roles more often. Yeah, absolutely. The other factor is like an important part of the ban stuff, because obviously certain champs are gonna get banned every time if there's not a limit. You gotta have a limit on bans too. So, you know, and that could change. I talked about this in the video that I brought up. Look at this bull. Oh, you can't see it because of my face. But, yeah, it's frozen. So we'll just close out of that. All right. But yeah, you gotta have a ban limit per season on a champ. Like Quake. You can only ban this champ 3 times. So you gotta pick and choose. If For Loki's up against New Nation and we know they've got like insane Quake players, we got to do it because otherwise we might not be able to win. You know, if we're going up against an alliance that we should beat, you know, if we get a really bad mismatch or a good mismatch, I guess you could say, you're like, all right, we'll let them keep Quake because I think we should be able to win even if we don't ban them. So we just got to strategize. That's what we want. Command should also stop using the same map for all tiers, just like AQ and how they needed to separate maps across tiers, adjusting with the level of knowledge and roster. 100%. Yeah, and that's, you know, their last update, man. The last war update for this past season. A complete fucking train wreck. And they brought this change up. They brought this change up in the CCP a little while ago. And we all said this would be an awful mistake. And they were like, okay, well, all right, appreciate your feedback. We'll go back to the drawing board. We'll come up with something, blah, blah, blah. And then, boom, they slapped the same shit they presented us with that we all said was going to be terrible. And look how it's turned out. I think that last season was easily the worst season in that MCOC's ever had. And then, of course, hilariously, ironically, cut short because of one of the worst bugs that we've ever had. I mean, honestly, when you think about it like that, you have to ask yourself, why are we still playing this game? But we love each other, man. We love the community. We love hanging out. Like, imagine a ban where you can't use attackers that have any sort of burst red damage or can't place defenders that have persistent charges. So Damadeus, one of the ideas that I had in my How to Fix War video was every season, based on the theme, of the season that Kabam wanted to create, you could issue ban immunity to certain champs with certain tags. So my example in the video is, when Apocalypse was released. If Apocalypse was released next season, right? With Apocalypse, all mutants receive ban immunity, or all mutants tagged horsemen, or something like that. Something awesome, man. I mean, that to me that would be so awesome. I don't know why Kabam is so afraid of it. I don't understand. LOL, you sound like Bobbin on his stream now. Really? What? Gosh, is Bobbin still playing MCOC? I haven't seen Bobbin in a long time. I got my T5 Mutant Catalyst. I'm finally ready to be Thronebreaker. Absolutely ecstatic. Dude, who you ranking? God, you could name any one of 10 champs. 15 champs, maybe, even. And I would be like, yep, totally worth rank 3ing. Let's go to my mutant roster, because I mean, there are so many mutants I would be totally happy to rank. So I have Namor, Professor X, Gambit, Cable, Apocalypse, Domino, and Magneto at rank 3. I would happily take up White Magneto to rank 3. I would happily take up Havoc to rank 3. And I would happily take up Storm to rank 3. Post-buff, I would actually probably take up Bishop to rank 3 at some point too. I would be happy with that. And even Old Man Logan. He's still kind of an underwhelming champ, but he's not bad. He's not a bad champ. He's actually pretty good when you look at his abilities. I would be happy to take him up to rank 3. If he was the only mutant champ that I had, and I wanted to be Thronebreaker, I would not hesitate. I'd be like, fuck it, dude. Let's do it. He's good. And then, most of these other champs still suck. But then you've got, Jesus, you've got Archangel, obviously insane. Emma is insane. Omega is insane. Colossus is good. Rogue, I think, is very underrated. Iceman is pretty outdated in my opinion. But, he's a good champ overall. So there's just a lot of options with the mutant class. I think there are probably literally 15 champs I'd be happy to rank 3. Anyway. Yo, Dragon, how you doing? I'm having a great evening. I'm actually wrapping it up. It's been 2.5 hours, and I've just been talking. It's been 14% Arena, 2% Google, and 84% me yapping. But welcome to the stream. I hope your grind is going well, Dragon. This guy is awesome, isn't he? Oh, you're going for Jubilee 6-star, I bet, right? I bet you are. You might you might already have Jubilee 6-star. Oh no, you probably don't, because I don't know. But anyway, good luck on your grinds. The potential to create fun stuff is huge, and I think this is a fun job to have if you're a content designer for MCOC, so I have no clue how Kabam can be so lazy about it. That's how I feel about it, man. It's so disappointing. What I do know from the things that the conversations I've been involved in with Kabam about war is, from a programming / design and implementation standpoint, sweeping changes to war are very complicated. That's been their excuse. And it's a believable one, because I have zero knowledge about how this stuff works. I don't know how game development works. And I understand. I mean, they built a super complex game. There's so much stuff going on in MCOC. So, they say, like, look, we are looking into trying to make big changes to war. It's just going to take time. We're going to have to roll out changes slowly, one at a time, because we can't rewrite war instantly. It's just way too complicated. When they say that stuff, I believe it. Taters, Argentina fucking won. Let's go. Nice, dude. So how far? You said that this is the Champions League? God, I'm so uncultured. That's good, though. Argentina's like basically the only soccer national team I've ever rooted for. I did root for the U.S. national team in like the 2010 World Cup. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, there's so much potential with war. It's staggering. It could be insanely cool. I figured you were finishing up. I wanted to pop in and say hi. Yes, I'm going for Jubilee 6-star, but yes, I also pulled her from one of her featured calves on Wednesday, so going for the Duke. Nice. That's huge. That's huge. Well, I hope that you get her. I hope you get her. They slightly mess with the parry timing every update and have been doing it for a long time. They messed with something too much this month. Yeah, they did. And I agree with you. They've been tinkering with it for a long time, man. But yeah, the change is more noticeable. I mean, I have just been getting shelled. White Mummy Lord Shadow was talking about this the other day. A lot of time, the developers don't have control of what they work on. I've not had conversations with them, but I can see a higher up. Okay, that's one of his too. Getting in the way of progress in the game for the sake of profits. Yeah, I could see that too, man. That's always a factor. So, like, you know, with limited information, even in the CCP, like, they don't just tell us everything, right? I mean, they are funneling very catered information to the CCP so that we can send that information out to the community. It's a strategy, which is fine. We don't need to know everything. It's not our business. And the CCP makes a lot of sense. We're essentially their hype machines, which is good for business if they release an awesome champ like Hercules. But yeah, I mean, it's complicated. I mean, I know that it's complicated. It does feel a lot of times like it just feels like they're not trying or they're not communicating it well enough. You know, that's a huge thing. And they address that in their, whatever it's called, their roadmap. The last roadmap that they just released like last month, they talked about that, how they want to be better at, you know, giving people an idea of what's to come. So I think that they're aware of it, and that's good. And in my opinion, until war is completely overhauled, the worse it gets, the better for us, because eventually it's going to get bad enough that they're like, you know what, we need to suspend war for 2 months until we can fix it, because it is totally fucked right now. And I hope that that happens. Just duped 6-star Superior Iron Man. Oh boy, that's a bummer. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Okay, that is it. It is 10 o'clock Eastern, which means it is time for me to go. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, honestly. But it's time for me to go. Thank you guys so much for stopping in on a Saturday evening. I know that most of you guys are probably busy, so it means a lot. No stream tomorrow because I have plans. But a week from tomorrow, we're going to do that taco stream. So I'll post something. Maybe tomorrow I'll post. I'll schedule it for next Sunday so that everybody has notice. Order tacos on Sunday. Order DoorDash tacos. If you guys want to hop on a live call with me, we can all go round table style. Give our reviews of the tacos that we're eating, where we got them from. I can Google and pull up the restaurant. Show everybody on stream. It's going to be fucking great. And the best part is we get to eat tacos. So let's do that.